Hey everyone, back to another exciting episode of Attack Productions. Today I back up joined once again by Austin, as we are going over his cooler deck. I know we did one like last week or something, but I feel like a lot of decks from this set have the ability to be different in their own way. And Austin did really good this time around, and he got first place. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
So let's get into that profile.
Yeah, so...
he's not pulling a Jimmy. There's no winner card there. Interesting.
So, Cooler, the auto, you add a card from your life. You either draw a card or play a 1-drop Unison. Auto once per turn. When the Unison goes from your Unison area to the drop area, you draw a card. They rule that on the Q&A, that it's only from the Unison area. The Awaken, you untap 1, draw 1 at 4 life. The Awaken side, this one, when you attack, you either draw a card or you play a 1-drop Unison. Same auto, when a Unison goes from the Unison area to the drop area, you draw a card. Then activate battle, you discard 1 Unison card in your hand and choose either this or a Unison in battle, and it gets plus 5k, and it's not once per turn. We will go ahead and with the main board, we main board 3 Demigras. I have consistently crapped on this Unison. I have not really liked playing it. Pretty much, if I don't see it turn 1, it either gets comboed off by the leader or it gets charged. And y'all know what Demigras does. I run 4 of the Salzas. Salsa is really fun because if you have Charismatic and you have an energy open, you can pay 1 to base Charismatic twice. And you also have to draw a card if you haven't played a Unison on your opponent's turn yet with another one with the knives or something. So that helps with the card draw. And then it's plus 1 to give them 5k to 15k. And he can also KO cards on your turn if he has 3 markers in play, which he has in power 3, so it's usually power 2, so it's usually pretty often. Knives, this guy is deceptively a really good MVP of the deck. He you play him, you pick a card if he has 3 markers on him when he comes in, and that battle card cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. So either you shut it down for their turn or the next turn, or if you put it on your turn, you shut it down for their next turn. It just really helps control the whole battle, and this won me the game tonight, really. Shut down his Zamasu Double Striker with it. He couldn't attack with it again. That helped a lot. I run 3 of the Whis. I remember when this deck was announced, I remember these Whis had Empower also on there, and this one, you empower 3. You make them discard a card from their hand if it has, 3 markers when it comes in play. Then the activate main should just shuffle your deck. It helps with shuffling, see more cards if you're getting kind of clunky hands, which, nicely, this deck doesn't have too much to activate battle on the leader. Helps with that. Run 2 Vados. This is just for clearing. Helps just since the Charismatic and the Salsa are 7 or less, this helps get rid of big boys that don't have barrier. We run 4 of the Freezes. So the Freeze is nice because it makes them discard a card, and it once again is in power 3, so it's going to have 4 markers most of the time when it comes in. And it's plus 1, get a 10k, so it's a 20k swing. It's pretty good. It can help you get some pressure in. Then I run 4 of the Big Boss Monster. This is the Golden Frieza. This card is the win con of the deck most of the time. It comes in. It has Empower Green 4, so it gets 4 extra markers. It's dual attack blocker. When you use it as a counter attack, it wipes the entire field and does not ignore barrier. And then its -4 is you give it plus 10k in triple strike, and it restands at the end of the turn. This card is, when you have 3 energy open, they know you're going to have it. It makes people play weird. The super combo I run on the deck is I run 4 Paragus, and this will cause problems or fighting, but I think Paragus is far superior than Gohan in every single possible way.
You know a lot of people agree with that, right?
I've seen so many people play Gohan. People have fought me on it before in the Facebook group. So
what makes Paragus so much better in a deck, if you happen to be low on hands, you draw the 2, and then you could pitch 1, where Gohan, you have to have another card in your hand in order to get the draw 2.
Yep.
That's why a lot of people prefer Paragus.
I think it's so much better.
I think it depends on the deck.
Yeah. We run 3 of the 1-drops. The Searcher, it helps to be more consistent by finding other Unisons. He can also take an extra life if your opponent's being very passive, so you can awaken easier when the Unison goes from the drop area to from the unison area to the drop area, and then he also gets plus 11k. You get that regardless if you take a life or not, because it's up to 1 life. So if whenever Unison goes to drop area, he will get 11k. Then I run 3 of the Sibling Cruelties. I love this card. Most time it's 1 for double strike, and you make him pitch your card if you put a Unison back in the drop. From the drop area underneath your deck, the bottom of it. It's really good. It helps near the end when they have a couple cards in hand. If you can get him down that low to kind of secure the game. And he's the 20k double striker. I run 2 of the Son Goku Spear Bomb Unleashed. Same thing done with Cooler, where it's kind of another like alternate thing where you can either just subtract the unison markers and give him, if you get at least 2, it gives him double strike, and then for every marker you remove, it gets plus 5k. Then also when you play him, if you have 3 more energy, you also remove 1 marker from a unison, so it helps with certain cards if you don't want them stacking up their markers. And then you got 4 charismatic. It's charismatic. It's great in this deck. I run 3 of these Zamasus. This is mostly just to have a consistent attacker on the board and make him when a charismatic stays on the board. Most of the time it doesn't, because people expect Zamasu with charismatic, so they get rid of it. But he's just there to be a consistent attacker and make him pitch a card every now and again. The secret rare I run is this Majin Buu Incarnation Demonic Evil. He is the MVP. He wins me so many games because they will try to do their counter. They have 1 energy open, and you can just swing if you get him down to 3 life. And then if they get out of that, they have to worry about a double striker. So I love when people do sparking negates or they'll do the blocker negates. I will counter it, and I think they're safe because they're at 4 life, and they do go down to 3. I love it so much. This is my favorite secret rare for the deck, personally. Overwhelm is Desperate Onslaught Bardock. He gets around those negate blockers everyone likes, where you take a life and play a blocker. He's crit, and then you can't use blockers with him when he's attacking, and you cannot combo with cards in the battle area. So he's just really good to add a little extra pressure. 1 Champa. We run 4 of the Dorm Potential Unleashed. I was originally just running 3 and then 4 Knives. I switched it out because it's dormant. The more you see dormant, the more likely you are to win. 2 of the EDKs. I prefer these over Champa Destroys, even though this deck is very unison heavy, because it's good defensively, and you can use it offensively with a Cooler SR, the Goku SR, and the leader itself, especially if you use Champa. So that won me a few game testings where I would Champa and then EDK. That helps a lot. And then 2 Homicidal Clones, the blocker negates.
Really good.
Thank you.
So with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Keep in mind there's buttons down below and a place where you can fill out some comments. We read them sometimes. I try my best to read them, Jimmy. Do you not read them?
No, I just dislike all of them.
Fair enough.
To be fair, I'm vain. I read the ones that I'm in. But
even fair. With that being said, thank you for tuning in. Keep in mind, let us make mistakes you don't... gosh, damn. Read your cards in every place. Let us make mistakes so you don't have to. And like always, fluff out. That's it, right?